Hi, my name is Lyndon Lisitsa with Renterra, and I will be guiding you through how to create an auction and put your land up for auction. So once you've listed your land and put all the required information there in the create a land listing portion, you see a tab down here that says my auctions, and when you click on that, it brings you to this page here, which is the auction listing page, and you simply click on the tab here, add auction, and it will bring you to the create an auction page. So the first thing that it asks for is a title. So you can list this however you want, and this is just for your own ability to catalog the auctions that you create. So you could, and I'll just call this one Lyndon's Auction 1. So the next field here below that with the radial button says quarter sections and individual quarter sections or bundle your land. So what these two fields do is it allows you to place for auction just an individual quarter section, or you can bundle your land and have multiple quarter sections available in one auction. So if you have, more than one quarter section, say you have 6 quarter sections, you could create a bundle that has 6 quarter sections so that when the farmer comes to bid on it, they know that they are bidding on 6 quarter sections all at once in one single auction. So I will just develop an auction for an individual quarter section here. So I'll click individual quarter section. And the land listings that were previously entered, you can simply click on here, and it allows you to select from that list a particular land listing. So in this case, I'm going to type Freds, or choose Freds, was the name of my field that I have up for auction. So once I choose Freds, I have the ability in the next, category to choose either a cash rent or a crop share for this particular quarter section. Now if I choose crop share, you'll see something here that says the landowner share, and this is what you expect to get for your land on a crop share basis. Now, as an example, I'll just type in 35, and on a percentage basis, this would be what you want to get. So the landowner, you would receive 35% of the total crop share. The renter would earn 65%. So when the renter comes to bid on this, he is going to be bidding on a percentage basis, and he might say, well, I really like this piece of land. I'm going to bid, I'll give the landowner 40% and I'll take 60% on the crop share basis. Probably more common is the cash rent. So on this particular quarter section, for a cash rent, you can set your reserve price on a $1 per acre basis, and in this case, I'll just choose 45. So this is the minimum price for the auction that has to be bid before the auction will become live. And the price can go above this, but that's the minimum price that you as the landowner want to receive for your land. In addition, there's also a rent it now feature. So you could say, well, if a farmer comes along and is willing to spend $70 an acre, that's what I would want as a rent it now. That takes essentially the auction out of play, and they can just give you $70 an acre and don't have to go through the auction process and would be able to secure your rental land if they're willing to pay you that. So the next feature that we have on here is setting the length of the auction, and typically what I have is a 1 or 2 or 3 months. So for the length of the auction, say you choose 1 month, you want the auction to start on a particular day and end 1 month later, or you could say I want it to last 2 months, and my land will be up on auction for 2 months. The next field below that is auction start date, and you would simply enter in your auction start date, the month and the date that you want the auction to go live, and from that point, the auction will start at midnight on the date that you choose, and that's essentially that begins the auction for you. Below that, you'll see the length of the agreement, and what this does, it allows the farmer to get a sense of what the terms of the agreement are and the length of the agreement in the amount of years. So if you want to enter into a 1-year rental term, you can set it at 1 year. If you want to set it for 5 years, you can do that all the way up until 12 years. But say I'm going to set this one for 3 years. So when the farmer comes in to rent it, he knows that the length of the rental agreement, he is renting your land for a 3-year period. Now below that you see suggested conditions. And what this allows you to do as a landowner is set any conditions that you want to attach to the rental agreement. Now the ones I have here are the winning bidder is subject to a renter profile, and there is a pre and post agronomic assessment required. So, if you are a landowner and you don't necessarily want the person who bids the highest to rent your land, and this might be for numerous reasons. One, because you have concerns that the farmer might not be a good steward of the land, you can choose this condition so that when the farmer is going to rent it, he'll know that not necessarily the highest bid is going to win, that they are also required to fill out a renter profile, which is then given to you, the landowner. And this allows you to vet the farmer so you get some sense of their operation so you can protect your rental land and the resource of your land. In addition, there is also a suggested condition that I have here, which is a pre- and post-agronomic assessment required. Now, what this does, if you click on this button here, the farmer is aware that you, the landowner, require an agronomic assessment before the land rental or before the land is rented. As well, it requires an agronomic assessment when the rental agreement has come to term. So you as a landowner can be ensured that the land is in as good a condition when it was rented originally and it's left in that after the agreement is over. Below that as well, there's a field that says My Conditions, and you can basically place any conditions that aren't included in the suggested conditions, and these will be auto-populated so that the farmer is aware of any additional conditions or terms that you want to apply to the lease. Now, for example, as a condition that you might want to attach, you say, I would like 120 pounds of nitrogen to be placed on the land each year. And you would hit add, and this would pop up as a condition here. You simply click on that, and that's an additional condition that is applied to the lease. So once you're done assigning your prices, your length of the agreement, and your conditions, you simply go on to Create Auction. This will bring you to a new page, which is basically outlines the terms and conditions, or terms and the fees associated with listing your land on the Renterra website. And that's very simply how you create an auction. Thanks.